It wasn't lost on me that actually happened on Good Friday. He thought that if he hung up dead buzzards, he would scare the crows away from his crop. The reason I put these photographs, the art graphic, is to inform the courts what it actually means for those birds. So the idea that they may have been shot close to the nest, and the fact that this was a breeding pair. But we act very quickly if we get a report, because if we let that lie, the word's going to get back and cut that down. So we have to react very quickly. This happened now, we got this on a Sunday, and we were out here an hour later.
Really?
Yeah. It's very, very difficult to get these, to nail these cases. But in the words of, I don't know who it was, Jack Nicholson, or the more that I practice, the luckier I get. The investigations I undertake along with my colleagues are investigating wildlife crime. And to understand the impact of wildlife crime requires an ecological understanding. We know, for example, that if crayfish are kept and hunted out of it, eventually you're going to have a local extinction. That will have a sort of a ripple effect on other species because it's all interconnected. So what we do is intervene. Now you're asking yourself, how do I know there was 348 crayfish? The reason is I know is that I counted every one of them. And I have the scars to prove it. So all of them were returned alive. So, it was a good, you get a good shot in the arm for that, say, Jesus, if I hadn't been here, they all would have been chewed up now, washed down with beer. Certainly in the last 10 years, with the growing consciousness of the public that they're actually reporting in wildlife crime, they would tip us off if something was happening. It's a bit like, the 1-800 crime call. I'm actually getting traumatised again. Yeah. You can hear a lady called me to say there's 2 vans outside actually we're not far from where we're parked. So I went in, I had a look in and I could see the paraphernalia. So I called the guards then and the guards came in. I wouldn't have went in there on my own.
Yeah.
Not with these guys, no. But we're here, sitting down, having a fag, digging, one of them digging, 2 of them smoking.
And what were they up to?
They were digging the badger out of its set. They want to see their dogs killing the badger. It's just barbaric cruelty. And the reason to pick badgers is because badgers fight back. Foxes won't. And they do it in spring as well, when they've cubs. So the mother is at her most, trying to protect her young. And so there's a head-on fight with the dog. And you'll often see their faces of the patterdales where bits of their lip are missing because they've been in a fight with a badger. And the idea is that the head-on fight is part of the enjoyment. In terms of scale of sheer viciousness, this is up there with it. Because it's gratuitous cruelty. Like these people are videoing this and posting it on the social media, But anyway, we got our conviction, we got our 3 months suspended jail sentence, so that's an outcome in itself, that we're having an impact in the best way we can. Yeah. There certainly is a transformation in the public attitude, in the public eye, of how important nature is for our physical health, for our mental health, for this ecosystem services that it provides. But those species and those habitats have an intrinsic value by themselves. And they have a right, without us ever being, they have a right by themselves to exist, as much as we have a right to exist. Goldfinches. They're not a rare bird, but every single species, every bird under the EU Birds Directive is a protected wild bird, But some people see little Euro signs over their head and say, yes, there's money there. So that glue is doubled, or put in lines around that board. And the seed is put on the board then. So the finches see the seed. When they try to get the seed in, they get glued and trapped. They can't get off it. So he comes on, he pulls them off it. But what happened, this guy here, I suspect here, is that his head was like that, stuck down. And he suffocated. It wasn't his intention to kill them. It was his intention to actually trap them. But this guy just happened to be what they call in war collateral damage. 22 goldfinches. That's what he had. And if the MPWS hadn't have intervened, it would have been 52, 62, 102. porter money. That's what they were selling them for. More or less, it was just a little hobby. But that was outlawed back in '76 when the Wildlife Act came out. And then when we got the birds, we saved them and we released them. A happy ending in this case. I thought I'd seen it all, until I seen this. And I couldn't believe what I was looking at. And the figure includes 54 mature trees that he cut down. And he was I've no doubt about it, selling the timber. So if he had got away with this and nothing was done about it then, it was, it's like that's really what the enforcement aims to do, is to let them, you play by the rules, you're fine, but if you go offside, we'll pull you up. It's almost like we're trying to kind of damage limitation. We can't make those trees grow back again. It's not going to happen. But we can make sure that the other people don't get the idea that you can do this and get away with it.